Alright, what is going on everyone, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online. My name is John. If the mic sounds funny, it's because I think there's something wrong and I might have to get a new one. But I'm trying to work with it, and with that said, the update 1.6.5 just released today as of March 3rd. And a lot of you guys have been asking about my build setup, and I thought now would be a perfect time to go over that simply because the patch just went live and I guess it's all the craze. So right now I'm online. Not everything is like set. Like the crown store is like essentially the cash shop, so that's unavailable. So it's not really important for this, but before we do anything, I wanted to go over my build as I am an Imperial Templar. Now I am not veteran rank 14 yet, but the thing that's different is my weapons and armor. So essentially I'll make another build once I hit 14 and have everything set to go. So as you guys can see, all like stats are skilled. It's what I've noticed is multiply everything by times 10, and that's pretty much what it would be normally. So that's not official, it's just what I've noticed. And right now with the health and stamina at 25 and 33, I am a two-handed build, which I'll get to shortly. So what I want is pretty much health and stamina, as stamina is my main like power like I use for attacks and all that stuff. So with that said, you want pretty much your stamina recovery at the highest and then health at the next. Weapon critical is pretty important because, well, when I do attacks you want to do criticals, which is a 50% increase plus your original damage, so that's what happens when you hit criticals. And armor does not scale with spell resistance anymore, as it used to be 1-to-1. Now it's a little bit different. Now my abilities that I use on bar 2, which is my primary bar, is, let's go over to the two-handed one. I use a critical rush, as in like I'll get to an enemy, I'll get like 10 feet away, critical rush in, and what that does is it takes a little chunk of health away, and then it will just do additional damage as your first hit. And then after that I will activate my shield, which what it does is like they take damage. Think of thorns, and it'll just like it gives you a bonus shield, so that's always good. And then carve is my primary attack next to reverse slice. Now carve you'll use most of the time because well, I haven't actually looked at the like cost of it. It costs a little bit more, but it does slightly a little bit more damage, and I feel like it attacks a little bit faster. Reverse slice is for AoE, and what that does is just clear out like mobs for PvE stuff. And repentance, when you have that, you just get a regen bonus for increasing pretty much health, stamina, and magicka. So that's always good to have. It's kind of like your heal. And then my ultimate, which is under the Fighters Guild, Flawless Dawnbreaker. Now I use this for main DPS, and why I use this one over like anything in my class is because when I have carve, I gained the ability to regen a little bit of ultimate a little bit quicker with the upgrade from the original one. Now this build is still a huge work in progress. Now this is for your range attacks, since two-handed obviously is melee and you need like ranged. So what I plan on doing in the future is I have this all thought out. Acid spray, this is your AoE attack. It hits multiple enemies and poisons them. Your venom arrow is number 2, which if you're doing single target hits, it will disorient them and like interrupt casts. So in case like an enemy is just healing, hit them with the venom arrow and they cancel it out. This also works for PvP. Now I don't even have everything else yet, but I have this thought out, so I just need to use it. Draining shot, I guess it's single shot, but then once we get that, I will switch it for a snipe, and that's pretty much this. Ring of Preservation, I haven't thought of anything else. I might switch it out with the Repentance, because it just gives you a regen. So this thing, pretty much if you're in a group, you get increased things while you're standing in the circle, and this is your heal. I could also switch it up between 1 and 2 on the fly while I'm in PvP, and this is my ultimate, Solar Disturbance. Now I chose Solar Disturbance because what it does is, if you're solo, it snares enemies, so it gives you a little bit of time to get out and heal up. And if you're in a group, it slows them down, so everything could like readjust. So that's pretty much it. Now I'll show you a little example of what this would look like in normal combat. And as you guys can see here, the new 1.6.5 patch, you can now kill like NPCs and all that stuff. So interesting to know. I won't plan on doing it, but let's say this is an enemy over here. I haven't actually skilled or done too much testing with the new patch because I just got on and literally everyone is trying to get on right now. So if anything is a little laggy, then that's why. So what I'll do, see, this is the enemies right here. What I would do is charge in, do your chunk of damage, and put up your shield immediately and use your carve. So after that, if I have time, I just use my ultimate. So they're either dead by that point, or like if not, you just keep carving them down. Now I'm gonna find another set or pack of enemies. I'm not trying to like get too far trying to do any missions because I'm saving that for the actual playthrough that I do normally. But if I were to find a stronger enemy, charge in, like if this is a group, one, charge in, and then if it's AoE, there's like a lot of them, charge in and just keep carving it. Now as you see, my ultimate bar is already halfway full. If this was like a group of 3 or 4, it would increase really quickly. So that's why I chose this one, plus it does like a huge power slam damage, and when you do that, you could just, well, it doesn't work now because the body just kind of disappeared, but that's essentially what it is. And then if you're like, let's say you're in a PvP situation, you would just do that, and if like the enemy's a healer, you just like negate the heal attack. This build seemed to work for me, and then yeah, as you can see, I chose this one because it generates a lot. Now I assume things might be different only in a VR10 area, but if I were like way crazier in Cyrodiil or something, then I assume it would be a little bit different. I would be in a party, so I can't really say for sure what that would be like. But that's like in a nutshell what my build is. Obviously, if I switch things up, I will definitely cover it. So if you enjoyed this so far, let me know what you think. I'm playing as an Imperial Templar, and I'll go over the skills a little bit more real quickly. Now, why I chose my two-handed build. Now this one, don't worry about this. I just, if you're starting out and you're playing as this, one-handed and shield, perfectly fine. Now, as an Imperial Templar, you get these abilities, which is increase max health, stamina, and restore health. So that's where part of my health comes from, and that's why when I have my items equipped, right now not everything is set in stone, but I'm using the Skirmisher set, which is solid, but it is obviously better. And Hunding's range, it does a lot more, which is more weapon critical damage, so that's always a good thing to have. Or if you're like VR14, you should probably be using like endgame raid gear, which is more stamina build, and obviously damage. You want to have a critical base, critical values, and boost up your critical percent as high as possible. Mostly I would say 60% is solid, 50% is okay, which I am like really under average right now because I have to still complete my gear. But overall, that's for the most part fine. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are looking for anything else, just definitely let me know, and I'll try to explain anything. I'd be happy to help. So with that said, see you guys later.